I spent $300 at Sephora. I'm gonna share what I got and what I recommend picking up. If you're new here, my name is Janelle. I'm a professional makeup artist. I'm very picky when it comes to the Sephora sale. I've tried so much makeup. I've tried so much drugstore makeup, high-end makeup, luxury makeup. So these are the products that I think are the best of the best. We're going over makeup, a couple hair products, and a few skincare products, not that many. So without any more rambling, let's jump right in. First off, we have a product that truly changed my life. It's not the Dyson Airwrap. It's a fraction of the cost of the Dyson Airwrap. This is the Shark FlexStyle. It's super similar to the Dyson Airwrap. It comes with all the attachments, the ones where you're able to curl your hair, brush heads, a regular blow dry head. This just makes my life so easy, especially on the days where I need to wash my hair but be ready for either like date night or an occasion right away after. This blows out my hair while giving it that loose wave and volume. It's super convenient for travel because you have the curling attachments, you have the regular blow dry attachments, you have the brush attachments. It gives your hair the most beautiful volume. And when I saw that they finally had this available at Sephora, I had to mention this because for 20% off, this is definitely worth picking up. And if you don't want to pick it up for yourself, this would be an incredible Christmas gift. Hold on, I need a sip of coffee. I'll get back to some more hair products toward the end of the video, but now I want to jump into some makeup. Whether you're a Sephora insider or not, the Sephora collection is 30% off. And I thought it was only 30% off, but no, it's 30% off plus an extra discount if you are a beauty insider. So I got these blushes for almost 50% off. The Sephora collection in general is worth picking up, but their blushes are some of my favorites. I have the shades So Shy, which is like, why is there hair in this? So Shy is like my all-time favorite. It's the perfect peachy pink. It goes with so many complexions. Great for any time of year. And then I also really like the shade Over the Moon, especially going into the winter months. It's more of that like cool tone Dior 001 type of color, cool tone pinky color. And this shade is identical to the Dior 001 blush, except this is a fraction of the cost. These blushes come out to like $8 with the sale. The Dior 001 blush I think is like $45 or $50, which is why I have yet to pick one up because why do that when I have these? I guess I'll mix in some of the products I picked up as I'm talking about the recommendations because I did pick up a new shade. I got the shade Flirt It Up, which is just like a gorgeous pinky color. It's not too cool tone, not too peachy. This is the type of undertone that would work well for literally any complexion, and I feel like this is gonna be that perfect winter flush kind of blush. I just love how they give the skin that velvety matte finish. Moving on, this was a new discovery for me, but I cannot get enough of this product. This is the Refry Glow and Sculpt Face Primer. It's the cool one that comes with that little nozzle on the end that you roll on your face. If you have normal to drier skin and if your skin tends to get drier in the cooler months, this is a primer that will change your life. It hydrates the skin, but it also creates like this tacky gripping effect to allow your makeup to just sit on the skin beautifully and last all day without drying it out or causing it to pill. This is the kind of primer that could work for so many skin types because it's not overly drying or dewy. Now that I think about it, I should have picked up a second one for my freelance makeup kit, something that I purchased during the Sephora sale because I have another variation of this product in a different shade. It's kind of like a primer and skincare product in one, and this is the In Beauty Project Face Glaze. I have the light pearl version of this one, but they came out with a bronze version. So if you've been eyeing the Drunk Elephant debronzy drops that have been out of stock like everywhere, I noticed that the Drunk Elephant debronzy drops just completely melt into the skin and like you don't even see any of the color payoff. But this will give you that slight tint, and it also kind of like blurs the skin. It just allows everything else to glide on there so smooth. This has vegan squalene. It helps lock in moisture, hydrate, and plump the skin. It has ceramides to protect the skin barrier, hyaluronic acid. It's pretty much everything that you can need in one. This is an essential face product, especially going into those colder, drier months. This is something that you could throw on your face, put on some concealer. It's gonna give your skin that healthy lit from within glow. I have it on right now mixed with a tinted moisturizer, and I'm just loving how my skin and my makeup is wearing. I initially had the Saie, I think it was the Glow Face Primer in the shade Sun Glow in my Sephora cart. About to pick it up, I was swatching it. It looked and felt amazing on my skin. But then as I was like swatching more products and layering concealers and stuff on top of it, it began to pill a bunch on my skin. So what I like about this product is that it melts right in and I can layer as many products as I need on top, and I never deal with any pilling with this product whatsoever. Speaking of face products, when it comes to foundations, there are a good amount of foundations that I can recommend to you. I will link my other Sephora sale videos down below. I still stand by all the products that I've recommended in the past. However, I don't want to be redundant this time, so I'm going to try to bring up newer products that I've discovered this year, and if there's some products that I haven't like harped on enough, then I will mention them again. In the past for foundation, I've mentioned my love for the NARS Longwear Radiant, the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation. Those are all foundations that I still 100% stand behind, but these foundations are new discoveries for me that I feel like I have to have in my makeup collection at all times. Starting off with the Makeup Forever HD Skin. This is perfection. It's medium buildable coverage. It gives you a soft glow. It kind of reminds me a lot of the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. It is a slightly less liquidy consistency. It's a little thicker, but it's not a thick foundation by any means. It wears beautifully throughout the day. It doesn't pill. It works for a variety of skin types. Not too matte, not too glowy. It's just like such a great, well-balanced foundation. I highly recommend this. Now, if you're looking for something with a more velvety matte consistency that will literally stay on for like 75 million hours, maybe not that long, but it'll stay on all day, then you're gonna wanna get the YSL All Hours Foundation. It is a matte foundation, but even when my skin is at its driest state in the fall winter months, I can still wear this and it doesn't give you that like dry, flaky, cakey texture. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. A little bit goes a long way. You could literally, one pump of this is gonna give you medium coverage all over. And then if you do like 2 pumps, you're gonna get a full face flawless finish. I love mixing this foundation with some of my dewier foundations as well to create like the perfect blend. But this is just all around an immaculate foundation. This is a product I've mentioned in many previous Sephora sale recommendations video, but I have to recommend it again just because I've cycled through so many concealers and I always find myself coming back to this one. Hands down, I just think it's one of the best, most universal concealers, and that is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. If you want flawless, hydrated under eyes that just look like you got 12 hours of sleep, that won't crunch up or look dry and bunchy, that you can either wear as a full coverage concealer or you can use a tiny bit of it and get that like melted in the skin natural look with it, then you're gonna want this concealer. It's truly perfect and it lasts so long because you only need a tiny bit and it'll go the longest way. I just love how moussey and just creamy and how easily this melts into the skin. I can wear this in the wintertime, in the summertime. Speaking of under eye products, if you're going for that no makeup look, you're going for that clean girl aesthetic, is what you need. The Rare Beauty Eye Brightener. This shook me to my core when I used it because I thought for sure this would be a gimmick. I've tried many eye brighteners and they're good. Essentially what they are is just sheared out concealers. It's like a skin tint, but in a concealer. However, with this product, what really sets it apart is that it blurs the skin and it gives you enough coverage without being too much to where it even looks like you have makeup on. It just looks like you have naturally perfect, flawless under eye. You don't need to set this. You can literally just like throw this on, blend it out really quick with your finger, and your under eyes are just gonna look smooth and flawless and like 20 years younger. I love using this, especially when I'm going to the gym. If I need to just look alive and my under eyes are so dark, I'll just throw this on really quick and it gives me just enough without looking like I just went in and did a full face of makeup to sweat it all off. This product mixed with the In Beauty Project Face Glaze is like the perfect no makeup vibe. Throw a little blush tint on, you're good to go. Now I did pick up 2 concealers this time around for the sale, and one of them just so happens to be a dupe of the other. Well, I don't know for sure yet, I'll keep you posted. But I got the Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer. This was $7 for the sale, and I believe I got an extra 20% off of that price, which is actually insane. It's such a liquidy, beautiful texture. It melts into the skin so effortlessly. I've used this concealer already with a full face of makeup and like that no makeup, and it works perfect for both occasions. For the full face look, I put this concealer on as usual, under my eyes, down my nose, chin, all of that, blended it out. I had a flawless finish. It didn't crease up, it didn't look drying. It was just like the perfect amount of coverage. And then for my no makeup day, I just did 1 dot on each eye and blended it out with a brush. I didn't even set it with powder and it melted into the skin, gave me the exact amount of coverage that I needed without being too much. It didn't look weird, like where you could tell where the concealer stopped and your skin starts. It was just perfect. And you know what I find crazy about the Sephora brand products? Is that they say that they make them in the same manufacturers as a lot of high-end makeup brands. So a lot of times you're getting the same formula as luxury makeup. It's just different packaging. And sometimes I want to pay for bougie packaging, but sometimes I'm like, just give me the formula I don't care how you get it to me. Give me the formula and I will pay $7 for the formula. And then another concealer that I picked up. I actually used this for the first time today. I have it on right now. And may I just say, it went on very similar to the Sephora concealer. It's just a little creamier and I think maybe has a little bit more coverage. And that is the Tower 28 Serum Concealer. I'm really picky when it comes to my under eyes. And this was really refreshing and nice to use. I got mine in the shade K-Town. It just covered everything right up, and it's such a creamy and emollient formula. Like you're seeing how that's spreading. One thing about me is that I'm always looking for the best of the best concealer, so that's one thing that I always pick up during the sale. So far, Too Faced Born This Way has held like first place for the past like 7 years. But I also like concealers for different occasions. I like trying them out for different seasons. My skin is different in the summer than it is in the winter. So that's why I wanted to pick up some of these more like rich emollient serum concealers if they would work even better for my skin in the winter months. This product isn't necessarily a recommendation or a purchase, but it's something that I really want to shout out because I've been using it for the past week and have been super enjoying it. It was sent to me and it's by Hourglass and it's their new hydrating skin tint. This feels like nothing on the skin, but it gives the perfect amount of coverage and it leaves my skin with the most lit from within gorgeous glow. When I discover skin tints like this that give my skin the coverage that I want while still letting me keep that glow and still feeling lightweight, it makes me not want to grab a foundation. Like, I'd rather just stick with something like this that's just lightweight and dewy. And what I also really like about this skin tint is that it doesn't have SPF. There's so many skin tints I've tried and I like have loved the finish of, but they have SPF in them. And my skin is so sensitive that if it's not a specific type of SPF, I just break out. Or it'll leave a white cast or it leaves flashback. This is the type of skin tint that I could use during the day, during the nighttime, can use for photos, and I don't have to worry about not only my skin being irritated, but I don't have to worry about flashback. It's a beautiful product. Okay, you guys, this is the thing I'm most excited about because I kept making TikToks being like, Fenty needs to make this product permanent. And when I was shopping at Sephora yesterday, I saw that they made this product permanent and I almost cried tears of joy. And it's the Fenty Beauty. This is the matchstick in the shade Strawberry Pop. It literally looks like a jelly. So it's not your typical just cream stick blush. This is a cream stick stain. You can use it on the cheeks or on the lips. This was my favorite lip color all summer. This with a lip pencil and a lip balm on top. It's just perfect. On the cheeks, it's absolutely gorgeous. I loved using this with no other makeup because it's sheer enough to just melt right into the skin and it has color adapting technology. So it's gonna melt into everybody's skin different and just mesh in with your complexion perfectly. If you're gonna get any cream blushes this Sephora sale, let this be the one. But if you're a beginner or if you're more of a liquid blush kind of girl, the Benetint. I was like 10 years late to discovering this product, but I discovered it this year. And this is all I was using before I discovered the Fenty matchstick. To be honest, they're both very similar. It's just this is a liquid version of this product. I use this product the same way I use the Fenty product on the cheeks and on the lip, on bare skin with a full face of makeup. It works so many ways. However, if you're deciding between the two, I think I would recommend the Fenty one over the liquid one just because this is way easier to throw in your purse to use as a lipstick. I mentioned the Rare Beauty blushes in my previous Sephora sale recommendations videos, so I still 100% stand by those. Those lasted such a long time. They're super pigmented. A little goes a long way. My jam recently though has just been more of like blush stains. I've been really into blush, cheek, and lip stains. The combination of a blush stain, the bronzing tints, and like a eye brightener is just perfect for my day-to-day makeup. Perfect when I want to look alive, going to the gym, or running errands. Like, these three products are essentials for me. Speaking of no makeup and the type of makeup that I've been loving for my routine lately, this bronzing stick fits perfect with that aesthetic, and it's the Merit Beauty bronzer in the shade Seine. I have no idea how to pronounce this, but it's the perfect balmy bronzer that just melts into the skin. It requires zero effort in blending. Now, if you like a super structured highlight contour, you are going to hate this product because it's super sheer. This product is for those like people on the go that want just like quick makeup that pretty much blends out for you, that doesn't require too much effort, that's foolproof. That's what this product is. This is the type of product that you could wear on a bare face with no foundation. It's not gonna look weird because, as you can see, it has that balmy texture that just melts right in. So I love using this when I'm just using like my Rare Beauty eye brightener and then maybe throwing on like a cheek lip stain like the Fenty one. This meshes with those products perfectly to give that no makeup look. But what I really love this product for is for nose contour. Lately, I've been too lazy to make sure everything's blended, make sure it's not too harsh. So I'll use this product even with like a full glam makeup. It makes it impossible to get that muddy look on the nose or to get that look where it's just like 2 lines down the center of your nose. It just controls the color payoff perfectly. And the shade Seine works perfect for my skin tone. It's not too warm tone. It's perfect. For the days where I want something a little bit more structured and more bold, I got the Saie Beauty Sun Melt Bronzer. This is in the shade Medium Bronze. It's a cream bronzer and it's actually what I have on my skin today. And I just think it's beautiful. This definitely has that warm bronzy finish. So this isn't something you're going to want to use as like contour per se, but I do think it's a beautiful cream bronzer that melts right into the skin. A lot of people are trying to say that this is similar to the Chanel Tan de Soleil bronzer. It's not. It's definitely more pigmented. The consistency and everything is completely different. It does remind me a lot of the e.l.f. putty bronzers. So if you really want to save, you can just get the e.l.f. ones. But what I do like about this is that my makeup brushes fit in the product itself so easily. And like it comes with all the product that I know this will last a very long time. Let's move on to some face powders. 2 powders that I have been enjoying the most lately and that I think are worth getting is the Givenchy Prism Libre powder and the Huda Beauty Easy Bake powder. I have the Huda Beauty one in the shade Cherry Blossom and then the Givenchy one. I love the rose version and then I also have the Saint Blanc version. The Givenchy one is so expensive, but if you've been thinking about purchasing it, I recommend getting it while it's 20% off versus spending full price on this, although the Givenchy one is truly one of the best powders that I've ever used. With that said, it still hurts my heart with how expensive it is, but if you've been considering getting it, if you want to splurge on a powder, at least get it while it's 30% off. But if you don't want to spend that much money on a powder, the Huda Beauty powder is also great. They're very different though. They're both blurring and gonna give you that flawless finish. The Givenchy one just melts into the skin a little bit better. This is gonna be better for more normal to dry skin. The Huda one, you really have to push into the skin. You don't want to go in with too much if your skin is drier because it does have a very strong velvet matte finish. But I love the pink one for just giving that like bright pinky under eye effect. And it really does like completely erase your pores. I realized that I only like the Huda Beauty powder if I spray my face with setting spray and I have a lot of hydrating products underneath of it. If I go in with this powder with like a full face of matte makeup, it's just gonna look dry and crunchy and gross. Now, along with those powders, this is what I actually picked up this time during the sale. I got the pressed version of the Huda Beauty powder. It's the Easy Bake and Snatch Press Brightening and Setting Powder. And I got it in the same Cherry Blossom pinky shade. I thought this would be perfect for when I'm completely finished with my makeup. I could take a tiny bit of this with a powder puff and just lightly go under my eyes to further give that pinky under eye effect and like blur the pores and smooth everything out. I love doing that with my Fenty Beauty Universal Matte Powder, but I figured a pinky version would be even better to do that step with. So I've used this a couple times. Ooh, I just realized it comes with a puff. But I've used this a couple times. I've really enjoyed it. Moving on to skin highlights. I've been into a more mature highlight lately. I don't like anything too aggressive on the cheeks. I don't like seeing stripes or anything on the face. So to give myself that melted into the skin highlight finish, I have been loving the Give Beauty highlight in the shade Homegrown Glow. It's just the perfect champagne-y golden tone. Melts right into the skin. It does not look chunky or glittery. It looks beautiful all over the eyes. It's just the perfect melted into the skin, lit from within glow, not super intense highlighter, but your skin's just gonna look juicy, fresh, and awake. Formula reminds me a lot of the Hourglass ambient highlighting powders, except this one is a little bit more affordable, and then with the sale, you're really getting a good deal. You also get a lot in the packaging, but if you are more of like an intense beaming highlighter kind of girly, you're gonna love these highlighters. And these highlighters I like to use on very specific areas. So first off, I have the Benefit highlighter in the shade Cookie. Beaming highlight ever. Like, do you see that? Is my favorite for my inner corner, down my nose, highlight my brow bone if I want it more intense. Another one that I enjoy, again, to use very specifically down the nose, inner corner of the eye. Sometimes I'll take this with a fluffy brush on my cheek. And that's the Rare Beauty highlight in the shade Exhilarate. This one is super intense as well. It's almost like the formula is so creamy that it's a powder, but it almost feels like a cream. The colors are very similar. There's a little bit more of like a champagne cooler tone. The Rare Beauty Exhilarate has a slightly more golden undertone to it. Speaking of highlighters, this was a recent discovery for me. It's all I used when Alex and I went to the Dominican Republic for our 5-year wedding anniversary. It was a product that I was able to just throw on my cheek. It gave me a bronzy flush, made me look alive, but all I needed was this product and some under eye concealer. And that is the Rare Beauty Liquid Luminizer in the shade Reflect. Now looking at this, you would think like, what the heck? How are you using this as a highlighter? But I saw a TikTok of a lady using this and she would only put this on her cheek and it worked as like a contour, blush, bronzer all in one. So I found it super intriguing, and then my best friend came into town and this is all she was using. Like she would just do her concealer, put this on, and it just gave the most beautiful blushy bronzy flush to the cheek. So I was like, okay, I need to give this a try. So when I used this in DR, I was blown away because it made me look alive. It gave my skin beautiful bronzy blushy finish. It's actually stunning. Like it's crazy how it has that like blushy but bronzy finish to it. It also looks absolutely breathtaking on the eyes. I will say though, if you have a lot of texture on your cheeks, you're not going to want to use a product like this. Now while we're on the topic of blushes, bronzers, and highlighters, this is a product I picked up this time during the sale, and it is the Sephora Micro Smooth Multitasking Baked Face Palette in the shade Enchant. It comes with the highlighter, bronzer, and blushes. This was only $10 with the sale, and I think I actually got it for cheaper because it was like the Sephora discount plus my Rouge discount. I got this because I was eyeing those Hourglass face palettes, but they're $90. I got one last year and then I gave it away to my friend when we went on vacation together because she was loving it. So I was like, you know what, you can have it. I can get another one another day. But I kept missing that palette. So I picked this up hoping that this would give a very similar look, but for a fraction of the cost, because I also didn't feel like spending $90 on a face palette again. I used this palette today and it melted in so beautifully. I used the bronzer, the blushes. I didn't use the highlight today, but these just melted in so perfectly. And they have it in the shade Enchant, and then they have a darker shade. And then I actually forgot to mention these products. These are products that I picked up this time during the sale, but they're also products I recommend. Well, the first product is one that I recommend, and that is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. This time I got it in the shade 4.5. I have the shade 5 that is very expired. I got it in 2020, but I still use it all the time. But it's just a little bit too orangey. And going into these winter months, I know that I like to use like more glowy, lightweight face products. But anyways, I figured the shade 4 would be a very nice match for me. Give me a little bit more color in the winter time without being straight up orange. I'm really excited about this. e.l.f. makes a version of this product that's also incredible. However, the reason I picked up the Charlotte Tilbury one is because I find that it's a little bit more hydrating, and I find that I can layer this one without it pilling. I find that with the e.l.f. one, if I layer it too much, it starts to pill on me, especially in the winter time. So just to be safe, I wanted to have one of these going into those cooler months as my skin gets drier, and I wanted it to like be able to melt in and not flake up on me. I also picked up the Sephora Collection foundation. This is actually the only foundation I picked up this time for the sale, and it's the Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation. My sister actually influenced me to pick this up. She has more like normal to oily skin, so I'm curious to see how this will work on me. She is so picky when it comes to anything, so if she recommends something, I'm trying it out. Hands down, no questions asked. And the fact that this came out to like $10, I think, with the discount, I was like, okay, what better time to try this foundation out? Also, the reviews on Sephora seemed incredible. This is supposed to be more of like a natural matte foundation. I think it has a slight glow to it, medium to full coverage, and like the name itself, Best Skin Ever, like who doesn't want that? So I'm excited to see how this works for my skin type. I got it in the shade 25.5Y. I haven't tried it out yet, but I'll keep you guys posted on how it wears. I do kind of want to do a full face testing out all of the new products that I got to just see how they all work together. Moving on to eyes, I don't have too many new recommendations to share with you guys, but the recommendations that I do have to share, I stand behind like 1000%. These are actually the only eyeshadow palettes that I've been using for the past, I would say like 5 months. I rarely grab for anything else. And they're the Glossier Monochrome Eyeshadow Trios. I have them in the shades Almond, and then I also have the shade Teak. I also have the shade Jute, which is a more like cool tone gray palette. But these two color variations are the ones that I grab for the most. These are what I take with me on vacation, if I'm traveling. They're just what I use on the day-to-day. If I'm doing an eyeshadow look, I'm using one of these two palettes or both of these together. They just make doing eyeshadow so easy. I've become so lazy when it comes to eye makeup. Half the time I'm just throwing bronzer in my crease. But having a trio like this where the colors are already picked out for you, they require zero effort and thought. And what I love most about these palettes is that they literally blend for you. So you get your matte shade. You only get one matte shade, which you would think like, that's not a lot. How do you create a good transition? But these are so buildable. Like I'll take a fluffy brush, throw this in my crease, and it comes out smooth every time. And then I'll take a slightly denser brush with that same exact matte, and I'm able to deepen up my crease a little bit more. And it looks like you have like 2 to 3 colors in your crease, but really it's just the same shadow. I also love how each of the palettes come with the perfect satin finished eyeshadow. So they're great for every day. It's not gonna be like a straight up glitter. You just toss that all over your eyelid. But then if you really wanna amp it up, you have that sparkle that you can add, and this just gives the most gorgeous twinkle all over. And it just makes it look like you did the most with your eyes when really it was literally 1, 2, 3. The cheek palette for the summertime was just like all I was grabbing for. This color even thrown all over the lid by itself with nothing else. This shade to amp up any eye look, stunning. I love layering the shimmers in the two palettes together. This transition shade, gorgeous. I could not get enough of those palettes. And I like how whenever I'm traveling, I'm not overwhelmed with too many options. I just have those small little trios. I can quickly do a look and it's gonna come out perfect every single time. I had another shade of those trios in my cart, but they didn't have it in store. I'll leave it on the screen, but I do want to get that version too. Now, along with those eyeshadow palettes, this is a palette I've recommended every Sephora sale, and that is the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. This is what I use in my freelance makeup kit, what I use on myself. If I need to add anything to these trios, it's coming out of this palette, whether it's like the black to define my lash line, the brown to deepen anything up. This is the palette that is just like such a staple in my collection. And I love this for a lot of the same reasons. The shadows literally do the blending for you. They're not too pigmented. They don't go on patchy. They're really easy to build. You have every transition color that you need. You can mix colors to create your own shades. I also love how compact it is and easy for travel. I remember when I first got this palette, I was so irritated because I was so used to those like big giant Morphe palettes, and I'm like, $48 for this tiny thing. But this tiny thing has lasted me like years. Just has worked with so many different makeup looks. And like on days when I don't want to think, I don't want to have so much effort blending, I can count on this palette to carry me through. This has been my favorite mascara recently. It's the YSL Lash Clash Mascara. I 1000% recommend picking this up because this is the type of mascara that so many people would love. It has a traditional mascara wand. It gives you length, volume, and curl. It does not flake at all throughout the day. You're gonna get that lift, you're gonna get that volume, that separation. It's gonna look like you're wearing false lashes. It's what I have on right now, mixed with my other favorite mascara of all time, the Lancome Lashy. However, you don't need to use this with that mascara. You can use both of them on their own. However, if you're somebody that prefers more of those like plasticky ones, you are going to love the Lancome Lashy Doll Mascara. This is what the wand looks like. I've mentioned this in every Sephora recommendations video. I've been using this mascara since like 2021. Stand behind it 1000%. The wand looks like this, so it has a perfect curve to just get in the inner corner, the outer corner. It gives you length, lift, separation. It doesn't flake. It holds a curl, which is crucial for me because my lashes naturally grow like straight down. I love this mascara so much. And then what I also love about this mascara is that it works well with so many other mascaras. If I have a mascara that's too clumpy, I can always add this after, and it helps just like separate and give length without adding to that clumpiness. And then I also quickly wanted to mention some brushes that I recommend picking up. We have the Sephora Collection Pro Series brush set on sale. It goes for $95, which is already a great deal for those brushes because those brushes range for like $30 to $25 per brush, and you get, I believe, 6 in the set. But with the sale, it's 30% off plus that 20% off Rouge discount, so you get the brush set for like $50. I was this close to picking it up, but then I was like, okay, I don't need any more brushes. But definitely recommend checking that out if you're in need of a good contour brush. They also have a good blush brush in that set, eyeshadow brush, eyebrow like definer brush. Another brush that I think is 1000% worth picking up for the sale. One being because it's so expensive, but two, it's also so versatile and so good. And this is like the one brush that I always have to travel with and that I'll use every single day for my makeup, which says a lot because I have so many brushes to choose from. And that is the Hourglass dual-sided bronzing brush. I use a small side to define my cheeks more for contour, and I also use this for blush a lot. And then the big side just blends that bronzer into your skin effortlessly. It leaves no streaks. I like how it's slightly tapered. so I can use the side to really like press it in, or I can use the tip of the brush if I want to have more control over the product. It's important to invest in good brushes because you could use a brush like this with a drugstore bronzer and it's going to help blend that into your skin so effortlessly. I'm a firm believer in that your makeup can only look as good as, for one, your skincare, but two, your tools. If you don't have good tools, your makeup's not gonna look nice. Moving on to fragrances, I love so many fragrances, but I'm only gonna recommend two, and these are two fragrances that I recommend picking up for the fall and winter time because they truly just smell like fall and winter. I love these scents so much this time of year. The first one is the Kaoli scent in Invite Only Amber 23. This smells like Christmas in a fragrance. This is such a rich, warm and spicy scent. It lingers. It smells so delicious. However, if you don't like something too sweet, warm and spicy, you won't like this. It's not going to be fresh by any means. This smells very similar to the Killian Angel Share fragrance. And then the next one is Replica Jazz Club. I believe I recommended this last year. It smells like fall. It's so good. This is definitely more of a masculine scent. Warm, spicy. It's unisex. I love this. It's so captivating. It's sweet. Both of these make incredible evening scents and are just perfect for those cooler months. And then another product I recommend picking up that I've used a ton, the Gisou Honey Infused Hair Perfume. If you want to smell good head to toe, get this product. It's such a light, pretty scent. I also just love using this on the body as like an everyday day scent. Perfect for any time of year. It's very fresh, clean, and sweet. Slightly powdery. If you've never tried out hair perfume, I highly recommend it. If you're like me and you only wash your hair once a week, you work out, you got a lot of sweat going on in there, if you spray this throughout your hair, it'll smell like you just washed it. And you may think like, why not just use regular perfume? The reason being is this is going to have a ton of alcohol in it. It's going to dry out your hair and damage it. Hair perfume is going to be a lot softer and less damaging on the hair. Not to mention the packaging is just so feminine and girly and pretty. And then lastly, these are just two lip products that I picked up. I realized that I didn't mention any other lip products because lip products are just hard. I feel like the drugstore has so many options. Like there's a lot of lip oils that I love. Like I do thoroughly enjoy the Clarins lip oils, but some of the price points are getting out of hand. Like $40 for a lip oil is crazy to me. Like especially when I've tried so many drugstore alternatives, it's just hard for me to be like, you need this. Because I'm like, yeah, get this if you like it, but also Milani has it for $10. Anyways, all that to say, these are two lip products that I picked up. First one is this Makeup by Mario lip pencil. This is the first lip pencil of his that I've ever tried. I got it in the shade Daniel, and it's actually what I have on my lips. I colored in my lips with this product and also lined them. It's like the perfect natural lip pink color. I love how his lip products also come with a brush on the other side, making it super easy to blend out. I want to get it in more shades though, because I tried this out and I loved how creamy it glides on. I love how it stays in place. And I also love that his lip liners and eyeliners always come with a pencil sharpener. I also picked up another one of his Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serums. I picked up one in like a brownie color, and then this time I just wanted like an everyday natural lip pinky color. So I got the shade Rosewood Glow, and it's just such a perfect natural lip pinky color. These are super glossy and juicy. I really enjoy them. I think they're good, but like I mentioned, with lip products, it's just really hard. Like I will love something, but I won't be like, you need to run out and get this, only because you can find so many affordable alternatives elsewhere. But if you're in the mood to splurge on something, I do like these. I enjoy them. Obviously, I enjoyed it enough because I purchased another one. They have duos of these. You get like a pinky color. I believe it's the shade Rose Glow. And then you get the brown one that I already have in a set for $24. And then that's going to be 20% off of that. So I definitely recommend getting the duo over just one of them. But I didn't see it until after I already purchased this. So it is what it is. Quickly going on to skincare, I don't have that many products just because I think recommending skincare can kind of be a waste of time sometimes because everybody's skin needs and skin preferences are so different. So many things go into skincare. But I want to share this product just because I purchased this literally every single time during the sale, and it's the Super Goop Play Everyday Sunscreen SPF 50. I use this for the face and for the body. This is the only SPF that does not break me out. Every other SPF breaks me out. Not only that, it's the only SPF that completely like rubs into my skin and doesn't give me that like dry white cast. It leaves your skin with the most beautiful glow. Let me just show you. The amount of times where I've started a TikTok video with just my skincare and this product, and people are like, what did you use to prep your skin? Your skin looks so glowy. And it's literally just this sunscreen. It just leaves your skin looking so juicy and healthy. So if you're on the hunt for a good SPF, I recommend trying this one out at least during the sale. See if it works well for your skin type. It is a little bit pricey, but I find that it lasts me a long time. I'm able to make each one last until the next sale. Now, the only reason I'm recommending this next product is because it's a serum. And so I feel like serums are really easy to incorporate into your skincare routine, like your go-to moisturizer, cleanser, all of that. Not only that, but this is kind of like an all-in-one serum. So if you're somebody that uses hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, vitamin C, you're gonna get all of that in this one serum. This is like my favorite lazy girl skincare product, and it's the Lancome Runner G Triple Action Serum. It has hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, niacinamide, and ferulic acid. If your skin's extremely sensitive, I don't recommend picking this up just because I know Lancome does use fragrances in their product. My skin's kind of like right in the middle, kind of sensitive, but I'm not very sensitive to fragrances. But this product is like one of my holy grails at the moment. I don't know if you can see in the pump, it has 3 little holes that squeeze out all the different serums, and it just makes it so easy to just throw on my face with my skincare instead of having to grab 3 separate serums. It leaves my skin so soft. And when I started using this, my skin became like so just like clear. It helps with dark spots. It leaves such a hydrated, creamy texture that, not gonna lie, sometimes I put this on and I forget to put on my moisturizer because it leaves my skin so soft and glowy. It's just a perfect all-in-one face product. It is pricey, but to me it's worth it because it's like, if you're gonna spend money on 3 separate serums, why not have it all in one? I've just been thoroughly enjoying that product for the past like 5 months. I think I started using it in the beginning of the summer and it just changed my whole skincare game. And then the last skincare product that I'm gonna recommend is another pretty universal product, and it's this In Beauty Project Pimple Paste. I believe this is like $16. When I tell you that this will bring any underlying skin cysts to the surface, it will dry out any pimple or whitehead right away. I always take this with me when I travel because for whatever reason, whenever I get off of a plane, I get off with like a bunch of random pimples, and I put this on and they're like gone by the next day. It's essentially like a little mask for your pimples. So you just put that on any spots that you may have and it dries it up. I've tried all the pimple patches, the star face ones. Those are cute. They kind of work, but nothing gets to the source the way this product does. And it does kind of harden and like really soak into that pimple, so it makes it really hard to accidentally like spread the product out or like wipe it off. All right, and then last but most certainly not least, I wanted to quickly talk about some hair products that I recommend. First is the K18 Molecular Repair Leave-In Hair Mask. I have been using since last year. I love this product so much. I've gone through so many of these. I've given so many away to people because I'm like, you need to try this. This leaves my hair so soft. And what I like most about this is that it lasts such a long time. So it is expensive for a tiny bottle, but a little bit goes a long way. Basically with this product, you wash your hair like normal in the shower. And then when you get out, towel dry my hair and then just take about 2 pumps of this product. If you have less hair than me, you're only gonna wanna use 1 pump. I found when I use this, my hair dries so much better. It's way less frizzy. I'm gonna emphasize, it's only 1.7 fluid ounces of product, but like I said, you're not gonna go in with this the same way you would go in with a regular conditioner. This is going to replace your regular conditioner. It's also going to work as a leave-in treatment, and it's way more potent and concentrated. So you're gonna use a tiny bit and it's gonna last you just as long, if not longer, than your typical conditioner. I also recommend the Olaplex No. 3 Hair Perfector. However, even better than just recommending this, they have a set right now that comes with the shampoo, the conditioner, and the Olaplex No. 3 for $55, and then you get 20% off of that, or 15% depending on your level in the Beauty Insider. So definitely pick up that set if you're on the hunt for some new hair care product. Now it may get confusing how to use like the Olaplex No. 3, the K18 with your shampoo and conditioner. So with the Olaplex No. 3, you want to go in with this before you wash your hair. You apply it on damp hair, let it sit for 10 minutes, and then you shampoo and condition as usual after. You can use the Olaplex No. 3 with the K18. You would do the Olaplex No. 3 on damp hair. You could shampoo with the Olaplex shampoo and then condition with the K18, or you can like alternate the conditioner and just use the Olaplex conditioner some days, K18 other hair wash days. I love both brands so much and love both hair products so much, so I just had to share that set with you guys because I also think that that would just be such a great like Christmas gift too. And then this is a hair oil that I have been loving too. It's the K18 Molecular Repair Hair Oil. What I love about this one is that it does not weigh down my hair. I also love the packaging of it. It's not going to spill and go everywhere like a lot of other hair oils tend to do. Super lightweight, and I work this through the ends of my hair every night and after I style. And it just helps bring back that shine, keep my ends nice and healthy without weighing my hair down. I also really enjoy the Olaplex. I think it's the number 9 bonding oil. That one, again, I love the packaging. I love to travel with it because it doesn't spill everywhere. I love and stand behind both. It's honestly just a matter of like what you prefer. I also always think it's nice to get the hair products that are like corresponding with the other hair products in the brand. So if you're gonna get the K18 leave-in repair hair mask, maybe get the K18 oil. And then if you end up getting that Olaplex set, get the Olaplex oil to pair with it. Kind of off topic, but I noticed that whenever I started to oil the ends of my hair every single night, it made the biggest difference in like my hair growth. It made the biggest difference in keeping my ends nice and healthy and kind of like all leveled instead of getting all straggly. Just a random tip, you can honestly use any oil. Those are just the 2 oils that I've been using recently. All right, you guys, I'm tired. That is like the most talking I've done in so long. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Please let me know what you're shopping during the sale, if you're even going to shop the sale, if you think it's worth it, what you think is worth getting, what you think is worth skipping out on. Let me know your thoughts on some of the products that I shared, and subscribe if you want to see more content, more recommendations from me. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!